everyone. It's Paul and Mike, and we're going to go over property here in Poplar Grove, Illinois. This is going to be, we're going to break this down on a step-by-step for you to show you how we look at a property and analyze it from beginning to end and come up with multiple exit strategies. And we're going to walk through some pictures, kind of talk through those, and then come up with numbers live here. Mike, I'm going to kick it off to you so you can run this, and we'll just talk about it as we're going.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Paul. And this property here is from an auction site that we purchased it through. And then you go to Zillow, it's pending because it's pending with us. We haven't closed on it yet. We close on it in probably another 3 weeks. And just to give folks a taste of what it looks like, you know, from the outside, first, the analysis goes like this. We look at the property. Does it make sense? If so, we contact a local agent to kind of verify and confirm our numbers and to see if anything else shows up. And then once we have all the facts, we come up with a maximum bid amount, which we'll kind of cover a little bit later. And from there, we bid it and don't go over our maximum. So first is property, you know, it doesn't look great on the outside. So we're talking probably, if you're going to rehab it, some kind of exterior paint. And we know it needs a roof as well from the feedback from the agent. But I'll cover a few pictures for folks to see here. Paint, flooring, as an update perspective. Cabinets are reusable, but new appliances, probably new countertops and or black splash.
You see, it's an 80s build, so it's kind of just dated a little, but the windows are good. You know, Anderson windows, they look like. Bathroom's not bad. That will clean up. That tub will clean up nicely. You know, put a nice fresh coat of paint on there and make it look decent.
Yep. And a vanity, it's tough to tell from the darkness. Vanity is okay. We had the agent provide video walkthrough. And again, same here, new carpet in the bedroom and new paint will go wonders on this property.
New light fixtures, LED to make it brighter and lighter in there.
And then here, I think that's the unfinished basement.
Yes.
And then just the driveway.
Nice area, though. I think this is in a community where there's like a lake pretty close and woods and hiking and things like that. Could even potentially be an Airbnb type if somebody wanted to go that route.
Exactly. So on the auction site, this is a property we were monitoring, and this is, you know, from our fact finding, how do we come up with numbers and how do we come up with the max bid? And pretty simple. First, as you know, we look at each property from different lenses, from a buy and resell, aka a wholesale perspective, and buy, renovate, and resell. We tend not to do full rehabs. Like, we're not going to blow out the kitchen wall like we saw in the one picture and redo the entire house and gut it. But as we kind of looked at the pictures, we're talking roof, maybe exterior paint, interior paint, some flooring, kitchen appliances, kitchen countertop for the most part. Cosmetics, yes. So let's first analyze it from no renovations at all. Buy it and relist it on the MLS with the agent that helped us out on this deal. Right. So we know from the comps we ran and talking to the agent, the as-is value could easily be 120 without doing anything. So what we ultimately did was we backed into that number by knowing, hey, we're going to pay that agent anywhere from, you know, call 4 to 6%. Well, we use a conservative number, 6%. Some real estate transfer taxes, some closing costs on a property this size. And then we backed into what would be our maximum bid on this property. Now, if we did a max bid of $85K, this is the buyer's premium to the auction site. Netting out all these costs, we'd end up with a 22% ROI if it's our own funds and an anticipated gross profit after all the closing costs of 20K there. So not bad for doing nothing and just placing a bid online and relisting it on the MLS with an agent. Paul, do you want to add anything there?
No, I mean, this is always our first option if we can do this. Now, we're partnered. This is one of our students involved in this one, too. So we're partnered with them. So we got to have 3 people decide exactly what we're going to do here. But this is always our first. Normally, if Mike and I are analyzing something like this, we can wholesale it. We'll do this all day long. Yeah. But this has multiple options with a bit more money to be made with a little bit of work.
Yep. So now if we go to our rehab cost here, we know if we fix it up, we'll probably get like 165 for this Wholetail easily.
Yep.
Square footage, call it 1430. Use round numbers. And we have a little calculation tool to kind of walk through the things we want to do. So first, we wanted to new kitchen appliances, new countertops. We want to do paint. And paint per square foot is that. And then, Paul, you want to just do vinyl plank flooring throughout the house or just carpets in the bedrooms and flooring on the rest of the rooms?
Yeah. So we carpet the bedrooms and then we'll do vinyl in like the main area, the bathrooms, the kitchen and the living room area.
So yeah, let's just do again conservatively half and half just for this analysis right now.
Yeah.
So we can yes to that. You can kind of see so far our bill is going to be just under $16,000 for these renovations. The other things we mentioned too that we might do are roof. So yes to that, and exterior paint as well potentially, and that will be yes here, and then exterior paint. We'll just use for now the square footage of the property, but we got to figure out what the exact square footage of the exteriors as well. So
yeah, we're probably somewhere in that number would be pretty close. Yeah.
So when you add up the interior that we just talked about and now the exterior, call it a 10% oops factor for something we find along the way, we're looking at about 35K in work. So that's our essentially a cosmetic rehab budget that we're looking at. Now, if we go here, we know the renovations are going to be that 35K that we just talked about. Again, if we keep the max bid that we just had below with the buyer's premium, after repair value, we had different ranges on what we can make. Here is a low end of that range of 165,000, Paul.
Yep.
And after paying the agent, transfer taxes and closing costs on this property, and let's just say you have money at 10% from a private lender over 4 months, that you're going to net a little bit more than what your wholesale number would be at 20K. So that's kind of one way to look at it. Now, if we have comps and other numbers that say, hey, we
180 maybe
to get closer to 180, and that's what we're analyzing right now.
Yeah.
That spread's going to be even nicer. And now that's looking at close to, almost a 40K return there from the Wholetail perspective, and something that probably would take you 4 months from buying, renovating, listing, finding a buyer, and then closing if it's 30 to 45 day conventional loan.
Yep.
So, Paul, you want to add anything there on this analysis here?
No, that's so almost doubles if we get that 180 number. And the agent did mention that 180 number with some fix ups in here. So almost doubling it can be worth it for you. But it depends on, we look at it as how much deal flow do we have going on? Do we have time to do this? Do we have the funds to do this? Do we have the means? Are we managing it? In this case, our student's going to manage it, right? So they're going to manage that for us. So we don't mind going the little extra here. We do have the private lender set up in place as well for this property. So everything's kind of set up. So we got options. We may decide and change our mind if the market turns slightly and just wholesale it, right? But for now, I think we'd probably lean towards the Wholetail method.
Absolutely, yeah. So guys, if you like seeing deals like this and want to learn more, feel free to ask any questions in the comments section. And if you got some value to this video, please like it. And we'll continue to churn out videos on these property analyses.
Thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.